Indonesian national anthem.
Indonesia tanah airku, tanah tumpah darahku. Di sanalah aku berdiri, jadi pandu ibuku. Indonesia kebangsaanku, bangsa dan tanah airku. Marilah kita berseru, Indonesia bersatu. Hiduplah tanahku, hiduplah negeriku, bangsaku, rakyatku semuanya. Bangunlah jiwanya, bangunlah badannya untuk Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, tanahku, negeriku yang ku cinta. Indonesia Raya, merdeka, merdeka, hiduplah Indonesia Raya.
Enough to send a tingle down your spine. Putri Ariani with the rendition of the Indonesian national anthem as the atmosphere continues to build. They love their MotoGP here in Indonesia, and that is one of the masters of understatement. And we are now just 7 minutes away from an Indonesian Grand Prix which is certain to produce high drama, and the stakes continue to lift with the World Championship lead on the line.
7 minutes away from the start, 7 points between Martin and Bagnaia at the top of the championship. Last year's Mandalika race winner in the wet conditions, of course, Miguel Oliveira, now on board the Crypto Data RNF Aprilia. Let's get some thoughts from his team manager, Wilco Zielenberg, who joins Simon.
Wilco, can you give us an idea how Raul and Miguel feeling going into this one?
I have no idea about the girl, but Raul feels very well.
Right, Raul, but there must be some concerns on your side.
Yes, of course. It's a very long race, very demanding, of course, of the tires. So clearly the tire choice is very tricky because the front is everywhere and always on the limit. So it doesn't matter which tire, but it's very tricky conditions. The rear, especially the soft, gives quite some grip, but we are not sure if it lasts the race. So I think we have mixed feelings. They decide at the last moments. I'm not going to tell you which one we have. Actually, I don't know at the moment because they put it in when I was not there. So that's a good answer, I think. And but I think it's for the whole grid a little bit similar. So everything is a little bit of a guess.
Thank you, Wilco.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. Thanks to Wilco Zielenberg. There are some really, really big decisions to be made, aren't there, in terms of that rear tyre choice. 27 punishing laps for the bikes and the body, and particular for the tyres. We did see in the earlier Moto2 race that there's going to be, well, there were some blistering issues late on as we continue to get these jaw-dropping aerial shots over this Pertamina Mandalika circuit. What a vantage point that is, the proper bird's eye view looking down on a grid that at the moment is ramped full of tension. Pecco Bagnaia's worst grid position since the 2022 Portuguese Grand Prix. Yesterday, only the second time he missed the top 6 in the sprint, going from the lowly 13th place on the grid. Last year he struggled in the rain conditions here in Mandalika, 15th from 6, over 35 seconds from the victory. He'll be hoping that history doesn't repeat itself in the full dry race here today, but he has it all on, doesn't he, to try and break the momentum of the Martinator, who for the first time in his MotoGP career sits at the top of the MotoGP World Championship. He said right now he's living the dream. It's been a fairy tale season for Jorge Martin and the Prima Prama Ducati team as they chased history. Never in the modern four-stroke MotoGP era has an independent team rider captured the crown. But that is now, is it Jorge Martin's destiny? Is that how it's going to pan out and unfold as we get set for the most important phase of the season without any question? 6 races, 6 rounds in 7 weeks. And now the pressure is on this man to respond, this man to retaliate, to somehow find a way to solve what right now seems to be the toughest challenge in Grand Prix racing. How do you beat Jorge Martin?
Well, for Pecco Bagnaia, beating Jorge Martin might not be his #1 priority today. It will be just getting as high up the field as possible. The start will be particularly important for Pecco because yesterday, following the completion of the first lap, he did not make a single on-track overtake. It was only the crash from Marc Marquez and the collision between Aleix Espargaro and Brad Binder that promoted Pecco Bagnaia into the points. He says he's going to have to be more aggressive here this afternoon, but as we saw with Espargaro and Binder yesterday, overtaking and going offline is much easier said than done.
Yeah, overtaking in Mandalika is fraught with danger. There's a very narrow optimal racing line. Simon Crafard just reporting from down on the grid then. He has spotted Aprilia who did think about maybe gambling, maybe rolling the dice. Of course, they're not in the championship fight. And Aleix Espargaro then on the front row, who's had great race pace all weekend, apparently has switched over to Michelin's soft rear tyre. Likewise, 2022 Mandalika winner Miguel Oliveira. There you can see on the screens, and Aleix Espargaro will take the punt. He will gamble on the soft rear tyre. The 2 factory Aprilias on the front row of the grid, Aleix Espargaro and Maverick Viñales. But he's battered, he's bruised, but he was brilliant in qualifying yesterday. A first ever MotoGP pole position for Muni VR46 Ducati rider Luca Marini. He was second in the sprint. More high drama, more high pressure coming your way here next in Mandalika.